Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to strike off or dissolve a dormant UK limited company on Companies House. If you're new here, my name is Tess and I'm a UK-based qualified accountant, and on this channel I share a lot of useful resources for small business owners and entrepreneurs like yourself. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, then please do make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It is free, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell. So the first thing you might be wondering is, what does it actually mean to strike off a company? Now, striking off a company actually means that that company has been taken off the register of Companies House. Okay, this means that legally that company will cease to exist, and also that company can actually no longer trade. Okay, so that's what it means when a company has actually been struck off. Now, this can usually be as a result of a decision that has actually been taken by the business owners of the company. Okay, this can be due to, retirement purposes, or indeed sometimes it might be due to a lack of trade. Okay, so either one of these reasons can actually lead to taking a voluntary decision as to why you actually want to strike off your limited company. Now, in some instances, a company can actually be forcibly taken off Companies House register. Now, some of the reasons this can actually happen includes failing to file your accounts on time, not paying any tax penalties that you may have, and also failing to actually inform Companies House of any changes to your business correspondence address. Now, if you're thinking of striking off your company, there are a few things you might want to consider ahead of actually taking that decision to strike off your company. The first option is to actually leave it dormant. Now, in some cases, business owners might actually consider striking off their companies because there is a lack of business activities, there's no trading, or for whatever reason they've temporarily lost interest in that business. Sometimes the business can actually eventually then pick up, in which case it's probably best for you to actually leave that company dormant. Okay, and it's very easy to do this by simply filling out the relevant application form on Companies House and filing it directly with them. Okay, so this will actually register your company as leaving it dormant as opposed to actually striking it off completely. Now, another option you might want to consider is actually including alternative SIC codes. SIC codes actually stands for Standard Industrial Classification. These codes usually outlines what business activities your business actually does, and you would usually have had to select them at the point of actually registering your UK company on Companies House. Now, if you're in a position where you actually just decide that the particular business activity you're doing now, you don't want to do it again, but you also don't actually want to take the risk of striking off that company completely and paying expenses and all of those other fees all over again, an alternative might be to actually include alternative SIC codes. So these SIC codes will allow you to add on other business activities onto that existing UK limited company that you have already registered. Now, an example of this might be that you have a UK company called, I don't know, Ventura Capital Limited, which is actually an old company of mine. Okay, so this particular company, under this particular company, I could have run as many different business activities as I wanted to. Using this example, for instance, if I started running that business doing just primary financial activities, but in the future I also wanted to add on real estate activities under that, I would simply go on and change the relevant SIC code to allow me to include the business activities registered for the property service as well. Now, obviously this has the advantage of actually saving you the time and effort involved in closing down a company and then re-registering another company all over again, particularly if you're not sure or if you're not ready to close the limited company that you actually have already existing in place. The actual process for you to strike off your company actually includes you going on Companies House directly, okay, and completing a form called the DS01 form. Okay, so I'm actually here on Companies House website, and Here, when you get to this page, you can see that it actually costs you £8 to apply online. If you were to actually fill in a paper copy of this, it would cost you £10 and you would need to send it off in the post. Okay, so here they have actually said that you can use the paper form. So this is the DS01 paper form. You can use this only if you cannot apply online. From my experience and using this for my clients, I typically always choose the online option because it's actually really quick and it's fast, it's simple, and it saves you a lot of hassle. So if you want to do this online, you want to make sure that you scroll down, and where it says it's cheaper to apply online, where it's highlighted apply online, you simply want to click that particular button. Usually when you get to the next screen, it will usually ask you to enter in your login details. You will also need your company registration number as well as your bank credit card or debit card details so that you can make the payments online. Now, for clients confidentiality, I can't actually show you an example of the step-by-steps you need to take to do this, but essentially once you click the link to actually apply online, you will simply be asked to put in your email address, your password, and then you'll be asked for your company number. Your company number will usually be present on any letters that Companies House has actually sent you at the point of which you registered your company. Okay, so do make sure you look out for it. It's usually an 8-digit long reference number for you to actually include when you come to doing things like this. You also need to make sure that you have a relevant bank credit card or debit card in hand so that you can actually make the payment. The process itself is very straightforward. You should get a confirmation of payment directly to your email address once this has gone through successfully. Now, once you've submitted this application, there are other things I would strongly suggest that you do. One of them being that you inform HMRC of your decision to actually strike off the company, even if your business actually never traded. Okay, this is because if you don't do this, in some instances, HMRC may actually block the strike off, okay, and this will actually delay the whole process of striking off your company. So you want to make sure that you do this. Some of the other things you want to make sure that you've done after you've actually submitted your application for strike off is to make sure that you pay any final accounts charges that you may have, any final tax charges, tax penalties, etc. that you may have outstanding. You need to make sure that these are paid after you've actually made the application to strike off your company. The final thing to do is to make sure that you inform HMRC to close down the company's payroll status. This is particularly important if you're a company who have members of staff that were on your payroll and you were paying them on a regular basis. So you need to make sure that HMRC is aware that the business has now decided to cease trading and they will no longer require that payroll status for that particular company. Now, hopefully you found this video useful. Please do make sure you leave me any questions that you have down in the comments section below. And before you go, please do make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you found some value in this. It is free, and do make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you will see me in my very next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. I'll see you in my next video.